Welcome, welcome, welcome to today's show. This is Leela Veronica, and I am pleased to introduce Miss Lauren Shaw. Lauren, welcome.
Hi, Leila. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So good to be here. So, we're going to dive in today. We're going to actually talk about a controversial topic a bit. Every time I post something about I have the naysayers come in about all the bad things. And I understand there's bad and good to everything, really, if you look at it, especially new innovation and technology. So what I've done is I've connected with beautiful souls like Lauren, who are experts in their field, and they can empower you with more information about AI so that you can make more choices on your own. That's really what this is about. It's not as AI good or bad today. It's just about, hey, here's some choices for you. And what we're going to do today is talk about how to use AI to scale faster, right? So, Lauren, will you share a little bit about yourself and maybe how you got into AI?
Yeah, I don't know how in the world I got into AI. Geez, my journey has been interesting to say the least. So I've been an entrepreneur for over 18 years. Fun fact, my first business that I had for 12 years, I actually designed high-end LED hula hoops and circus equipment. So that was pretty fun. I know we've talked about that before,
I
Leela.
have an LED hula hoop.
We share that in common. Um, and yeah, in that business, I felt pretty trapped. I had a lot of responsibility because I was selling products all over the world. And yeah, it was not the type of business structure that I ultimately wanted because freedom is one of my core values. And so I did not feel like I had that when I had that business. And that got me into the world of online coaching, online business. So I let go of the hoop business eventually, and I just wanted to learn everything I could about online marketing and sales. And so I went to work for two eight-figure online business coaches so that I could learn from them because I knew they're doing something right. And so I did that for about 5 years, took sales calls for them. And over the course of probably 2,000 conversations, I learned a lot. I started seeing the patterns that entrepreneurs from all different industries and all over the world struggled with. And then I really got to see what helped them succeed. And so after that journey, this was right around the time when ChatGPT came out. My best friend, who's also named Lauren, she's my business partner now. So she was actually an aerospace engineer building rockets when I was doing the sales calls for these other coaches. And we had started having these long conversations about AI, and we started playing around with it. And we just saw this huge potential for like how this was really going to be able to change the paradigm of online business. And so some very long walks on the beach, we both decided that with our combined skills, her background in engineering and design and my sales and marketing background, that we could be a bridge for people to learn how to integrate AI and these tools into their businesses. And so, yeah, we left our jobs and we also wanted to travel the world. So we decided to pack up our homes and we started traveling about 2 years ago when we launched our business. And we're still going. I'm actually in Brazil right now, leaving tomorrow. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of the journey of how we got into it. And it's been it's been so fun
Mhm.
because we've looked at AI as a big experiment. And, one of the things, like the way we started using it wasn't scary at all. We just wanted to test it and see what it was capable of. And this is how we actually tell people to start using it. Like, if you're just getting started, you're new to it, you're a little bit skeptical, use it for something fun, like an interest in your life. Like, if you want to grow a garden and you live in, you know, Miami and it's now the spring, you can actually ask it, tell it that information, and it'll give you guidance on how to grow your garden and what to plant and when to plant. And so fun things like that we can do to test it and just start to learn the edges of it and what works and what doesn't, because that helps us really like let our guards down and feel more creative when we show up to use it in different parts of our life, like our business, you know? Yeah.
That's a great idea. What I've noticed in particular that because when ChatGPT came out, I just like I learned about it. I got on to play with it, and I for like 3 days, all I wanted to do was like get into it and play with it. I was like, this thing is unreal, right? And I just thought it was like this amazing thing. And then I've watched over the last couple years, many people that I've known be very against it. And
And
then,
why?
but then,
Mm.
just like you said, they just for some reason happen to stumble into it. Boop, 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 boop. And then all of a sudden, they'll be calling me, they'll be like, do you know what this thing can do? I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
Now, um, I want to shift a little bit. We chatted and you said that you know how to help people scale using AI. And what you talk about is if somebody has a scalable offer, that's language that you often use. So
Mhm.
I would love for you to share because there's going to be people here watching. So I know if you're watching now, you either don't yet have a scalable offer. And so you're going to learn today what that means. And luckily I have Lauren here who's going to share. So stay open to possibility for a scalable offer today. So number two, you may have a scalable offer, but it's not scaling, right? So can you share like what is a scalable offer first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an offer like a group coaching program or a membership, right? Instead of having the one-on-one work where you're trading your time for money, it's the opposite of that, right? You're able to work a set amount of time and actually grow your revenue. So that's, in really plain language, exactly what a scalable offer is. And so I used to do sales for a woman who taught people how to build online courses, right? She helped them scale those courses through growing a YouTube channel. And so the cool thing about scaling offers is that it helps us be able to grow our business, to grow our impact that we're making because we can help more people, but without having to work more hours. And there's a lot of beauty in that, right? Because for a lot of us, we want to be able to earn more and work less, or at least not more than we're currently working, right? And we want to be able to make a big impact and reach the lives of a lot of people with exactly how we can help them. And so scalable offers are so powerful in that way. And there really is a framework and a process that you can follow in order to do that successfully. And during COVID, there was actually a huge surge in people creating scalable offers because they had a lot of free time on their hands, and a lot of people realized they wanted some kind of shift in their life, whether it was in the business or, changing industries completely, or they just wanted to have that option where they could create more freedom for themselves, whatever that type of freedom they wanted was, whether it was freedom of time, location, money. But that is like one of our core values that Lauren and I have is really creating more freedom in your own terms, whatever that means. And I think that's one of the really cool things about AI is because it speeds up the process. When you have the right strategies or the right mentors to help you learn these processes, which is a big part of it, but the things that used to take us as business owners months or even years to figure out no longer takes that long. Like what used to take weeks or months can now be done in one sitting or 1 week or 1 month. And it's like collapsing time. Like AI is collapsing time for us. And it's a really, really powerful tool if we're open to seeing it that way and open to taking the time to learn because it really can be so incredibly valuable for all of those that do stay open to it and leverage it. And that's why we love it so much. And it also can be a lot of fun when you let down those like any walls of resistance and you have fun with it and you learn the edges of it and you experiment and you just see how powerful it can be for your business.
Mm. Yeah, that's so good. I'm curious. So I just this morning, so I'll step back. So Lauren and I met through a community of business women called the Dames.
Yeah.
This morning, I was actually at a Dames event here in Colorado Springs, and there's conversation about different kinds of programs and stuff. One of them, memberships. So memberships are something that have been more growing over time. We've seen, right? Everybody's got a Netflix and a membership to this, a membership to that, and then business owners have memberships, and it's been growing. But what I we had a conversation this morning. For many of us, low ticket like memberships, scalable offers tend to be a little harder to seem to be get off the ground. I'm just curious. That's a conversation I've heard over and over and over, and I see a lot of people wanting to do memberships, including myself, wanting to
Yeah.
scale them. And I have historically sold high ticket, lower volume. So wanting to do lower ticket, higher volume, it's just a different game.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious, like, what kind of experience have you had from somebody making this shift from, into scalable offers? So there's the kind of like the people who want to shift into scalable offers, and then there's the people who want to scale their
Yeah.
existing scalable, right? Right. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm curious, what have you seen AI do? And yeah.
So one of the things I'll say with memberships, of course, if you already have a large audience, it's going to be much easier to scale your membership. The trick is if you don't have an audience and you have a low ticket membership, right? How are you going to get enough people into that membership at that low ticket price to be able to, have it justify maybe that being your, full-time focus or whatever it might be. And the other side of the coin with memberships as well is retention. And that historically has been a challenging thing for people who do grow memberships is keeping the members inside of the program. However, AI is an excellent strategist, and I would recommend using ChatGPT because it just has the most advanced reasoning. Like it's the smartest AI that's out there, even though there's some new ones coming out and testing that are getting higher levels when they run the data and everything. But we love ChatGPT for this kind of thing. So you can actually have a conversation with it. If you have a membership, and you can ask it to strategize with you, like different ways of growing it. And you just need to give it all of the context about your membership, who your audience is, what your goals are, right? And it'll help you analyze and be able to break it down step by step. These are the things you need to be doing either week by week or month by month in order to help you reach your goal. Um, and then for those who already have a membership that is like a nice size, they just want to grow it further. You could even ask ChatGPT for suggestions around like different marketing strategies or tactics for it. I love to use ChatGPT to come up with new creative ways to market things,
Yeah.
right? That like other people aren't doing. And it's really good at that because I want to be able to infuse my own personality and do the marketing, the type of marketing that I actually enjoy and is fun for me and fuels my creativity.
Yeah.
And so we can have this back and forth with AI as a strategist to help us like find those sweet spots
Yeah.
for our business and the way that we use our time and how we approach it, which I think is really, really cool.
That is cool. I've been getting helping, clients get we just can do so much more now faster on a coaching call because of, I work with people a lot with messaging. And so we don't have to sit around and think about it, do as much market research. Like you said,
Yeah.
things that take weeks or months, just you could do it in an hour. Um, One of the things that I often will do is I'll use Chat GPT. It'll give me a result, and then I'll ask it to rewrite it at a fifth grader reading level with a bitch slap of truth
Oh, I know where that came from.
from Ellen, right?
Yes,
From
yes.
Ellen. So I'm like fifth grader reading them, and I'll tell you what, it's pretty spot on my kind of personality when it comes out that way. I
Yeah.
really like it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I know you also mentioned on the other side of memberships, there are more the high ticket offers.
Yeah.
And that's really what we specialize in. And there are so many opportunities because a lot of people out there, I mean, especially who they start a business and they have a high ticket offer and they want to be able to grow it. And oftentimes when people start a business, they're getting more referrals, and the referrals are driving their business, and it's kind of the lifeblood of it. And so you naturally have a warmer audience at the very beginning when you're building it and growing it, right? And
Yeah.
so we have these different new challenges or hurdles that we have to overcome as we grow into different phases of revenue in our business. And so with the referrals, there are ways that you can use AI to help you strategize and actually come up with an actual process around getting referrals. So that's something you could test out and try. And then for those who are ready to grow beyond referrals and want to start really growing their email list, or growing their social media presence, um, or generating lead magnets and all of that, I'm telling you, AI is your best friend. Like, it can help you do all of these things. And that's what, we teach this, and we teach, okay, how can we create a repeatable sales process and lead generation process using these tools so that we can, eliminate a lot of the heavy load from the work that we're doing on a day-to-day basis, speed up those things that we ultimately don't want to spend hours and hours doing. And one of the other things that AI is actually really good at when it comes to like high ticket sales strategy is buyer psychology,
Mm.
and helping you really get into the mind of your ideal client. And every AI tool that we build and the way that we build our processes are really around empathy and buyer psychology. We're two women building these tools. And so, we want to feel good. We want whoever we're talking to or our clients to feel really good in the process. And we want to like spread that in the world through AI, which there's not a lot of that out there. And so, you can even hold like mock calls with AI, like you're talking to your ideal client, and it can help you like understand them on such a deep level that you know what's going on in their minds, the hidden objections that might be coming up, and you can really craft your sales message and your sales conversation to be like so on point and laser targeted, because you have that experience now with AI, like you know it.
Mm.
It can even help you like listen to your sales call transcripts. So you can upload sales call transcripts, and it'll like analyze it for you, tell you what they said, but what they really meant, maybe where there was a hidden objection, and then it could say, this is how you responded, but there was a better opportunity and you could have said this instead.
Mm.
That's one of my
That's beautiful.
favorite things about this, is like using it to help you improve the sales conversations you're already having, because one of the fastest ways and easiest ways to grow your revenue is to increase the conversions of the calls you're already having.
Yes.
And there's this powerful tool at our fingertips that can help us with that now, and help us with follow-up strategies even. It's just
Oh,
like,
so this is so good. So I know there's going to be people listening who hear you. They're like, we could do this, 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 and this, and this, right? All these things, but they're
yeah.
overwhelmed, right? So, how can people get a hold of you? Like, how do you work with people? How does that work?
Yeah, well, I'll just say this. The beauty of what we do is that the AI handles all the heavy lifting. So there's no need to figure any of this out. Like, it's done already. You just show up and answer a couple of questions, and the AI does the heavy lifting. And so, yeah, if you do have questions about it, I love having these conversations. You can reach me at hi@clarityplaybooks.com. So if you want to email me directly. We also have a 6-month training program and mastermind that's called the AI Sales Accelerator. This is such an amazing group of women entrepreneurs who are already good at what they're doing, but they're struggling to scale. So we help people whose sales aren't as consistent as they should be, or they're not attracting enough of the right fit clients or leads. And deep down, one of the things they feel is that they're working too hard for the level of results that they're actually getting. And so we completely shift that.
Mm.
And we leverage the intelligence of AI to shine a spotlight on what's not working in your business. And then we come up with your complete, it's basically like a sales and marketing hub and strategy that helps you implement a system and a process for your business so that you can grow it in record time. So if you're curious to learn
So
more about that, yeah, you have a question?
I'm going to put the link to your calendar so people can learn about it. Here's the deal. Here's my perspective. Uh, whether you're into AI or not, whether you think it's good or bad or not, uh, if you're not using it, you're probably going to be left in the dust, like at some point. So I would offer you the idea to be an early adopter, be an innovator, scale faster.
Why
Right? Why
not?
not? We all want that. We all
Yeah.
want that. And at least talk to Lauren and see how she can support you in your own business. Because if AI is something you're ready to embrace and utilize, it would be much faster to learn from the expert, systematize it, structure it, streamline it, and then let it rock for you so you don't have to piecemeal it. And it would be like, I think about like what you're doing is you're helping people show up and have a cake versus, they know all the ingredients to the cake and they don't even have to really make the cake or anything. They just like show up and read the ingredients to you, right? And you're like, here's the cake, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's one way to do it. The other way is you're going to have to go and figure out what all the ingredients are to the cake because you really don't know yet. So you're going to have to spend the next couple months figuring out all the ingredients to the cake. Then you're going to have to figure out what temperature and all of it, you're gonna have to figure out everything, what kind of everything to do, or show up almost in a moment and tell somebody what kind of cake you want, and there it is. That's what it seems like. All these ingredients you can pull together and streamline and make it into a real product fast. It's pretty neat, Lauren.
It is. It is. And we do it in a way, it's like one of the things our clients say is how much confidence that they get so quickly working with us. And that like means the world to us, right? Because now they feel like, oh, they're empowered, they can do this, they're making a bigger impact, they're earning more revenue, and yeah, everyone wins.
Yay! All right, everybody. Uh, get in touch with Lauren. She's your AI guru to grow your business and scale your offers. Lauren, I appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, Leela. Really appreciate it and look forward to hearing from you all.
Yeah,
Take care.
smooth travels as you leave your current adventure. Yeah,
I'm preparing for it. It's a long one. It's a long journey, but I've got this.
you got this. All right, I'll see you soon.
All right.
Okay,
Take care.
bye.
Bye. Mhm.